Is Highwing all right?
Studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Dobra, tutaj Sebix, tutaj Poppy. Zaczynamy imprezkę.
Highwing's fine. I'm keeping an eye on her. She's safe, Poppy, I promise.
Good. Whatever the poachers are up to, I want Highwing far from it.
You said you had news about the poachers, and that some of it had to do with me.
It did. I overheard them talking in the Hogshead, and did you know that they have orders from Victor Rookwood to capture you on sight? Does this have anything to do with Rookwood and Harlow coming for you in the Three Broomsticks after the troll attack?
It does, somewhat. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about what else you heard the poachers are up to.
Fair enough. But I hope you'll let me know if I can be of help, especially after what you did for Highwing. Does the name Horntail Hall mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. Why? What is it?
The poacher's best kept secret, apparently. The name came up twice, but they never went into detail. I also overheard one of them bragging about all the gold they're making, at the expense of innocent creatures, undoubtedly. The poachers spoke of this area, and I thought if we searched around a bit, it might give us clues as to what they're doing. If you ever meet my gran, this trip never happened.
Jak to nie?
Keeping things from Gran, are we?
I normally tell her everything. She might be my best friend after Highwing, but she knows how I feel about the poachers. I think she worries I'll do something ill-advised.
Whatever gave her that idea?
This way.
This way. This is the way. Ogień i fałsz. Awada i kadabra. Dlaczego to się nie nazywa Abracadabra, nie?
A centaur. Tread carefully.
An entire castle to roam, yet you choose to wander here.
Please, we don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through.
Do you take us for fools? That we do not notice more and more of your kind around here, in league with the poachers?
We aren't involved with them. If anything, we want to see them stopped.
I hope for your sake that is true. Our kind is swiftly losing patience with the poachers and those they work with.
Może sojusz? Kooperacja? Znacie takie słowa?
He was certainly a charmer.
That could have gone worse. Centaurs aren't exactly fans of wizard kind, and the poachers aren't helping matters.
But why would he think that we had anything to do with poachers?
I did notice the poachers talking with a few villagers in Hogsmeade. I'm not sure why. Perhaps that's why the centaurs are suspicious.
No tak, jesteśmy czarodziejami, zwłaszcza ty, czarnoksiężniku z Oz.
That's the third time I've seen a dugbog behave that violently.
It seems that a lot of beasts have been more aggressive than usual lately.
I've noticed that too. It's almost like there's something in the water.
Błotoryje to są byczki, więc pokazują siłę.
Odd.
What is it?
Not entirely sure, but look around. If the poachers
Revelio.
are here, perhaps we can find out why.
Dobra, widzieliście ten skok?
Their cages with them when they left. Pelts. Poor still smoking. They can't have been gone long.
Kurde, to był skok po złoty medal chyba. Jak Piotr Żyła.
This is goblin metal. Seems out of place in a poacher camp. I should tell Poppy about it.
Anything interesting?
Yes.
Poachers were here. All sorts of evidence. But I found something else. It's goblin made.
I found goblin armor. Let's keep searching, but carefully. Merlin only knows what's going on here. I don't have a...
Merlin jeden wie. Tak, mam złe przeczucia. Zaraz mnie wyrzuci ze strefy misji.
Poacher interests align.
Look, down there.
Definitely poachers. No creatures though. So what are they doing out here?
Let's take a closer look.
They won't be happy to see us. Should we use disillusionment? Or perhaps a less discreet approach?
Hard to say.
Przepraszam bardzo, ale czy ty potrafisz biegać, Poppy? Czy ty potrafisz biegać?
Dark is always the
20 na 20. Pięknie. Eliksir, zbieram, zabieram. Ależ dostał. Dostał za swoje. A ty co? Majster? Pójdziu! Torturuj płonącego wroga? No to nieźle. Czyli najpierw trzeba podpalić dziadygę. No to nieźle, co?
Incendio, Nintendo, Expelliarmus.
Mało ci tortur? Powiem wam, że
Merlin, you'd think they were guarding the Minister for Magic himself. What is going on here?
Only one way to find out.
powiem wam, że Crucio jest potężne, jest mocne. Już potęga się tutaj rozwija w naszym uczniu. Zobaczmy namiot.
What in Merlin's name?
Are those dragons?
It's a dragon fighting ring. This is Hauntel Hall.
The name makes sense now, and the secrecy.
No wonder the poachers were in Hogsmeade so much. Likely taking bets and spreading the word, given how crowded it is here. How could they possibly enjoy this? The centaurs have every right to be disgusted with wizard kind. There must be more dragons here. The poachers are far too greedy to run a fighting ring with only 2 dragons. We should take advantage of most eyes being in the fight and look around. But be discreet. You especially can't afford to be spotted.
Dobra, będę się pilnował.
One foot in front of the next.
Don't know what Victor was sinking straight in a bunch of his towers.
Ale my tutaj nie przejdziemy, nie? Trzeba tym boczkiem. Dobra, nie świruj. Idziemy na pełnej. Jakieś gobliny. Goblins. Aż mu krucyfiksa rzucę. Ja ci kręcę. Ale w sumie jeszcze wam pokażę, wiecie co, talenty, jak już tutaj jesteśmy. Bo chciałem sobie też tutaj jakiś czarną magię dziabnąć. Tak, czarna magia i mamy jeszcze Crucio. Trafienie wroga wypuszcza pocisk, który przeklina pobliskich przeciwników. Ależ tos. No i tak, i mamy wszystko, co można mieć, nie? Efekty troszkę dłużej. Expelliarmus, Drętwota i Klątwa krwi. Fajnie. Czyli będziemy szli 10 punktów, wszystko w czarną. Będziemy tak przeklinać, że to będzie trzeba wypikać wszystko. To będzie trzeba wszystko wypikać. Zbadaj salę. No chodź, Poppy, co ty?
Did you hear those goblins? Ramrock and the poachers must be working together.
Poppy, something's going on behind you.
What's going on down there?
No chodźmy to sprawdzić. Ale Poppy coś dzisiaj albo nie popiła, albo popije.
They must have only just captured her. She's putting up quite the fight.
Not a fair one, though. Not with her chained up like that.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
Let's do it.
Look, they've got a dragon egg. Hebridean from the looks of it. We can't leave it here, not with the plans they likely have for it.
One apple a day. Alohomora. I pisaliście, że podobno na niższych poziomach trudności, tak? Można sobie włączyć taką opcję, że automatycznie się wypełnia ta minigierka. No, miałoby to sens, miało.
All right, I have the egg.
Oni tam cały czas strzelają.
Will only buy us a few seconds.
Let's make them count.
Dobra. Crucio. I co, przeklął czy nie przeklął? Po bliskich. O, to niby w ten sposób. A! I ataki, tak? Ej, fajne. Kurczę, ale mamy teraz wachlarz, co? Leviosa! Ale mamy wachlarz. Przeklęte tałataństwo. Ale żeś. Nie no, teraz to jesteśmy czarnoksiężnikiem. Potęga.
You're the one we're looking for, and you brought a friend.
A co? Nie może być randki? To jest sieka. Dobra. Kurde, wszyscy zaraz przeklęci tu będą. No patrzcie, ten dostaje. I wszyscy dostają. Wszyscy będą zadowoleni. Kurde, ten piesio. Ten piesio coś tak bije. Kurde. Czarnoksiężniki. No, wypuszcza tą kulę. Ale patrzcie, jak szybko zginęła, nie? Panie, nie będziesz mi tu władał ciemnością. Co za pogrom? Dobra, co ci teraz zrobimy? Poczekamy. Ależ masakra.
We don't have time. We need to free her now before more show up.
This may have been a bad idea.
I suppose we'll find out.
This is the way.
That was a Hebridean black.
I'm guessing the egg we have belongs to that dragon.
I don't think she knew they had her egg. She wouldn't have left without it.
What now? She didn't exactly leave us a calling card.
I don't know. Nothing about this day was expected. Not the goblins, and definitely not the fighting ring. The last thing I planned on was a dragon egg. And the poachers saw us, which cannot be good.
We aren't helping ourselves standing here. Let's get to safety. We can sort this out later.
You're right. If there's anything the poachers are good at, it's tracking their prey. And right now, we're it. Be careful, won't you? I shall see you back at the castle.
Fire. Ogień i fałsz. No i teraz co? Ktoś się do nas odezwie, czy tylko Sebix? Zadowolony z ostatniej wizyty. Myślę, że będą jakieś zadanka fabularne. O.
The transformation spell. After you've completed the required tasks, which I'm certain will prove useful in finishing your field guide, attend my class to learn the new spell. Afterwards, we will discuss your progress thus far in the term.
No dobrze, dobrze. To ja tam wykonam.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
Settle down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do.
Transformacja! Pterodaktyl, triceratops, tygrys szablozębny. No i mastodont, wiadomo.
Beautifully done.
Doskonale.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
No nie wiem, proszę pani, bo ja tam nie robię wszystkich zadań jeszcze.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm not certain I needed all the extra assignments.
And I'm certain you would not have been as successful without them. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully, you won't need it anytime soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Were your meetings with Professor Black's house elf and exploration of various caves down by the lake connected in any way to Professor Fig?
No, no.
Not at all. I was, intrigued by stories of a giant squid and wanted to learn more. I encountered Scrope, who seemed delighted to share what he knew.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Dismissed. Dobrze. Transfiguration. A może... Czyli spokojnie można używać. Spokojnie można
Since
używać.
our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
Dobra.
Plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember our meet mentioning something about gobbledygook.
Coś wspominał. I teraz jakie zaklęcia są nam potrzebne? Wymagany poziom i wymagany poziom. 21, 22. Łejej, łejej. Dobra, jesteśmy u Sebixa. Mam już level na fabułkę, na pierwszą część. Ale tu są ważniejsze sprawy.
You'll never believe what I...
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book, and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for
Dzięki,
Ominous.
brachu.
Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I
Lumos.
didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Wziął księgę. Księga przysłów.
I'm not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Ajaj. Aminis. Brachu. Wiesz, jak to się skończy. Amit! Znasz jeszcze ten język?
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. Well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Wcale nie będzie niebezpiecznie.
Lord Gok is waiting. Should we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Nie no, taki kujon nam się trafił. Ale w sumie z drugiej strony właśnie jakiś taki quest z nauką, nie? Taką czystą nauką, może jakieś takie zajęcia dodatkowe, może byśmy się nauczyli tego języka. No bo tak cały czas szukam tego questa. Podobno miał być właśnie z Amitem. Taki jak mamy z Poppy, z Nati i z Sebastianem, nie? No cóż, widzimy się przy kopalni. Idzie towarzysz.
A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You said this would repair the chasm between the two of you. How did you not expect him to react this way?
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lord Gok.
Just Lord Gok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
No niestety, nie pomoże. Ale kurczę, jeszcze wtedy nie wiedziałem, co się z nim będzie działo. No w sumie fajna historia, nie? Z goblinami. Nieprzewidywalna. Dobra, weźmiemy sobie to.
Right. Don't wish to be seen, do we?
The door is looking at us.
Co ty się tak denerwujesz, Amit? Nie byłeś nigdy w goblińskiej kopalni, czy co? Jaja se robisz? Przecież byłeś już.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Panie, doświadczenie, nie tylko książki. Doświadczenie się liczy.
Look at this leaf. Impressive workmanship for so simple a
Widzisz?
device.
Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
Zdobyłem sobie jeszcze bombardę. Bombara. I mamy już pełen pakiet czerwonych zaklęć.
Inside a real goblin man.
Ziup. Rebelio. Dawać tutaj pieniądze. Zielonkawy kapelusz. Dawać, dawać.
I've read
Run.
about things like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Dobra, chodź brachu. Tylko, żebyś tam w portki nie narobił czasem. Ci będę pomagał, ale tego nie mogę zagwarantować. Krusja! Powiem wam, że te Crucio wpływa na człowieka. Bombarda. Minis mówił, że będziemy tego żałować. No nie wiem. Przechodziłem Wiedźmina na złych wyborach. Czy może być coś gorszego? Rebelio. Dobra, czyli tak, tu się trzeba dostać najpierw. I tak mnie widzi, nie? A nie. No i tu trzeba to podpalić. Confringo. I tu pociągnął. I wszystko gra. Proszę otworzyć. A, bo to jest chyba tylko takie przejście dodatkowe, nie? Tak, to jest chyba po jakiś skarb. Tak, to jest po ten skarb. Dobra. Ale niech będzie. Może się kiedyś przyda. Ziup. Może się kiedyś przyda na finał.
From one of the adventure books I read during the summer
Let's
holidays.
take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any
A
plans.
schematic. I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Schematy, schematy. Utarte schematy. Dobra, pójdziemy sobie tu. O.
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? Let me know if you see any more plans.
Oj, naukowcu.
We can't return to Lodgok and
Naukowcu. Krusja! Bombara. Ale miazga, co? Jesteśmy teraz totalnym czarnoksiężnikiem, nie do zdarcia. Nawet nie mamy tak wysokiego levelu, bo jeszcze nie robiłem tych wszystkich zadań, a to jest postrach, normalnie tu jest postrach. To jakby to jeszcze zrobić na... Kurde, ale ładnie dostali. Jakby to jeszcze zrobić w ten sposób, że wbijamy wszystkie poboczne, to byłby szok. No ładnie, ładnie. Leviosa. No fajnie się walczy, fajnie się walczy. No coś was tu dużo. Ale wyleciał w powietrze. No to przeklinanie jest mocne, mocne.
another schematic.
Revelio.
are they going to
To
build?
jest schematyk.
This mine is too small for whatever it is. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
No ciekawe, czy wbijemy jeden level, ale wątpię. Wątpię, że wbijemy tu jeden level. Na tym fabularnym. I teraz tak, to jak pociągniemy, to wystarczy? Wątpię. Chyba nie. Trzeba tutaj najpierw napalić w piecyku.
Accio.
No. Parowóz działa. Dobra, chodźmy. Chodźmy, idźmy. To sobie wezmę, bo akurat czasami eliksiry tworzę.
Incendio.
Dobra, ekstra. No ładnie tu macie, ładnie. Ami, trzymasz się? Trzymaj się. Zdetonuj czerwoną beczkę za pomocą bombardy. Dobre, co? Crucio. Ale żeś. O, ładnie dostał.
Incendio.
Dobra, to będziemy przeklinać. Repero chciałem im zrobić. Nareperować. Kurczę, jak jest tak blisko tylu przeciwników, to warto sobie starożytną też używać, nie? Glacius. Dobra, rozbrajamy tego. Kręcę. Uwielbiam. No niesamowite. Wszyscy przeklęci. Jeszcze wysyła dodatkową. A i też w sumie warto ich odbijać, bo też przeklinamy wtedy. Musi boleć. Musi boleć. Co tu jeszcze? Plecki jakieś? Plecki.
How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, I'll meet.
Dobra, już spoko.
Revelio.
Poszukajmy czegoś do otworzenia, czyli tak, przejdziemy sobie tu.
Clever.
Pewnie, że sprytnie. No co żeś myślał, młody uczniu? Incendio.
This is not good.
Some.
They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Dobra, mamy to.
Must be a quicker way
Jeszcze
out
sobie
of
tu
here.
pozbieram.
Retracing our steps.
I teraz tutaj wystarczy pociągnąć wajchą i winda przybędzie. Bardzo sprawnie nam idzie, naprawdę. Jestem aż pod wrażeniem, jak drugie przejście diametralnie się różni, nie?
This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Dobra, chodźmy. Jak tutaj wszystko wiemy, to tak sprawnie to idzie, że szok. Ale to też pokazuje, jak wiadomość tego, co robić w danych grach,
We're almost
ułatwia
out of here,
przejście.
Amit. Look, the lift.
Welcome sight indeed.
No. Drugie przejście to jest jednak 10 razy płynniejsze i szybsze. A może fajniejsze? Nie no, pierwsze jest takie zawsze ciekawsze, ale jeśli są inne wybory, no to drugie też smakuje inaczej i jest interesująco.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
Nie.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without
No
further
zobaczcie, zrobił pół questa na spółę w koopie i już mu wystarczy na całe życie. To zobaczcie, jak całą grę przejdziemy, na ile żyć.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear or disdain. But instead she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Będę wyczekiwał. No i co, młody uczniu? Trzeba się szkolić w magii. Tak, potrzebujemy troszkę jeszcze levelu, żeby wejść na kolejną misję. To już za jakiś czas się zobaczymy. Dzięki za oglądanie tego odcinka, a teraz koniecznie zobaczę kolejny film na kanale. I do zobaczenia. Hej, hej, hej.